Hey there, what is up? We're back here for another episode of Mr. Loyale's Garage. So today we're going to be working on our little red Loyale called Ash. What is wrong with it is that Ash has got a bad muffler. Driving along, all of a sudden I hear a loud noise, and I hear, obviously it's the muffler. I see the muffler. So I went and looked into it, and as turns out with most things, once you start at one end, you end up with more things and more things as you uncover, and that's exactly what happened here. We have a break in the muffler here, and what is this? Somebody's used some sort of universal cheapo clamp here, because previously it had broken and they took it to a shop and had him weld in a piece of pipe here. So what there should be instead, this is the new muffler by the way, is a flange, right? Flange to flange. These whole systems are made so all you have to do is take 2 bolts off for each part to replace it. It's supposed to be easy. But when you go to a muffler shop, they just want to whip out the torch and whack stuff off and weld some more on and charge you double what it costs you to get the parts. This muffler here only costs about 50 bucks. So because I want to restore it to just using the bolt method, I had to go end up getting this mid pipe as well, because you can tell right here is about where the flange should be. So what that means is that we have to do the donut gasket. So I went ahead and ordered the mid pipe from an eBay place somewhere out in the Midwest, and it was only about 115 bucks, and they included a donut gasket with it. And it turns out the donut gasket is the wrong size. So I'm just putting this video out there for people who might look into this. If you go to put it together, the donut should slide right on the little piece of the flange. We're going to be showing you that here in a minute. I hope you can see that. So what we've got here is you got the white pipe flange here. A little bit of it sticks out. Then we have a donut gas that goes in between that and the mid pipe. So this is the gasket they sent. You can see it doesn't, it's a little bit small, a little bit too small there. This one here, this one actually fits. So this is a Bosal. So when you order this, the reason I point this out is that the diameter of this flange here is slightly larger than the diameter of the old mid pipe. And I checked that first gasket, and it is sized for the diameter of that old mid pipe, and therefore it is too small to fit on this little extension on the white pipe there. So one detail I want to point out here is that if you look carefully, you can see that the outer shelf of the bolt has gone in between the flanges, and it's hooked on the flange of the white pipe. That's very important, so that you do that. Otherwise you won't be able to get the proper tension on that. It'll be too loose, and the exhaust gases will leak out of it. Just an interesting note that when I went to get these bolts from the Subaru dealer, that they gave me the ones for the current model Subarus, so they're pretty universal. So you can just go to your dealer and get it. I didn't have good luck with the third-party AutoZone ones. This one just fit perfectly. So, and I think they only charged me about 10 bucks for both of them. So that's the white pipe to the mid pipe connection, and the final one to do is the muffler to the mid pipe. We'll be back with that. All right, so now all that's left to do is to just hook the hanger into this rubber hanger here, the post, and then back there is the flange that's going to hook onto. So I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick. Okay, so we've got one hanger there and another hanger there. We just need to go down and make the connection on the flange. Okay, so I got the rear tires now up on the ramps, and I'm going to connect the flanges. So what I've done here is I've connected one side first, and this is just kind of hanging there. So all I have to do is just lift it up. It gives me a little bit of play or to line these flanges up. Just makes it a little easier to do. And there's the finished flange. So I had to use a stubby to get into this little one back here because it's kind of tight here. Other than that, yeah, so those bolts, by the way, are Lowe's. I had to go to Lowe's to get them because the dealer didn't have them, apparently. He couldn't tell me what size they were. So that looks like that is the complete from the muffler up to the Y pipe, but not the Y pipe. Notice that this one doesn't seem to have the heat shielding. I tried to transfer the heat shielding, but this pipe is too big for it, so I hope it's going to be okay with that clearance.